Hey man, it's Aaron Kendrick. That's right, I'm the host of AK in the Morning, every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. on KHBM 93.7 FM in Monticello, Arkansas. All right, we serve the Arkla Miss, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. All right. We've got fans all over the country, as a matter of fact, because they follow us on Facebook at AK in the Morning. All right. We got people in California. We got people in Ohio. We got people in New York. We've even got people in New Zealand. Okay. We're going worldwide with this thing. And the next step is right here on YouTube. That's right. AK After Hours. It's where the gloves come off. All right. This is going to have all kinds of extra content here on the YouTube page. Things that didn't quite make the show. All right, things that can't quite make the show, all right, and everything outside and in between. So I really wanted to do this video, okay, all right, and it's, one thing you'll notice is that there's not actually any video, all right. This is just me talking because I'm a radio host, all right. You guys can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You can find me, and, if you want videos, you'll get stuff on there. If you want pictures, you'll get stuff on there, all right? I don't have any fancy video equipment, okay? Now, hopefully that'll change one day, but for right now, this is what you get, all right? And if this thing takes off, if there's a demand for it, then I'll go buy a GoPro or do whatever it is that I got to do, all right? But for now, all right, here's what I want to do. I've debated on this back and forth because, quite frankly, as you'll see here in just a few seconds, it's terrible, okay? But a lot of people have asked me since I took my job at KHBM last year, how did you manage to find a job in radio? Well, here's the deal, all right? When I was in the 8th grade, however old I was back then, I was a member of a website, okay? OWW Genesis, obsessed with wrestling. And it had a message board called Genesis. All right, it's where you could go on there, sign up, create a username, and you could have discussions about wrestling, video games, whatever you wanted. But the main focus was wrestling. All right, you could talk to all these guys who were as big of fans as you are. All right, from all over the country. Okay, and I got an account on this thing, started posting, started meeting people, had a lot of fun. Well, about a year after I joined, this other guy joined. His name was Nick Anthony. Okay. Now, Nick Anthony he's a cool guy, all right? Every morning when you listen to my show, you hear his voice. Live from the Superstation in Monticello, Arkansas, it's AK in the Morning. And here's your host, Aaron Kendrick. That's Nick Anthony, okay? Nick Anthony joined OWW Genesis and started doing a little thing called OWW Radio. And I heard about this, and I thought it was just the coolest thing. He would come on, he would talk about different topics on the message board throughout the week, give everybody shout-outs, and he would do interviews. And so I sent the guy a message, and I said, hey, how can I be a part of this? And he said, well, you're in the 8th grade. You can't be a part of this. And I said, well, you have a point. But nonetheless, I want to be a part of this. And one thing led to another. I ended up booking my first interview when I was in the 8th grade. I booked it with Deborah Marshall, who a lot of you might remember, or who a lot of you might not know this, but she's the ex-wife of Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, she was a wrestler, former women's champion. I booked her for an interview, sent her a message on Facebook, and that's how I did it. And I did that, and, well, Nick Anthony said, well, I'm not really sure what we can do, but I guess you can be a part of this thing. So that's how my radio career started. A lot of archives out there for OWW Radio, and if you search hard enough, you can find them. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play you a little audio from one of my biggest interviews that I was ever a part of, okay? Back in 2010, interviewed a guy by the name of Roderick Strong, okay? And if you're a wrestling fan in 2020, you know that he is currently the WWE NXT North American champion, okay? He finally made it big. And this interview took place years before he made it big, all right? This was leading up to his first world title shot in Ring of Honor, a little company called Ring of Honor. And so we got to interview him, and I was a big part of this thing. Now, I trimmed out a lot of this because a lot of it is just, not the best. And even this right here is pretty awful, okay? It's not that good, but it's a start. And that's one thing that I always like to drive home to anybody out there. If you're not good at something now, keep at it because it's just a start, okay? So this was my start 10 years ago, an interview with a guy who would go on to make a lot of money and to be very famous, okay? Roderick Strong. He's currently in the WWE now. This was before he made it to the major leagues, okay? Here it is from 2010, OWW Radio, my interview with Roderick Strong. I hope it's not as terrible to you as it is to me. Enjoy.
We are back here on OWW Radio, and folks, we're sorry that we lost Roderick Strong a minute ago. We had some technical difficulties, but we have got him back on the line now for the rest of the interview. And folks, if you want to call in and be a part of the interview, it's 888-357-9876. It's option 1 tonight. Yeah,
there he is. We're all here. All right.
All right, right before the break, I was about to ask you about your moveset, which is basically just backbreaker after backbreaker after backbreaker. Now, well, what really inspired you to have such a unique offense in the ring?
Basically something that I could do that would be aggressive yet innovative at the same time. And to me, it just, I kind of saw something on a tape that kind of like just sparked my imagination. And I've quite a wild one, so I mean, once I had the opportunity to see that, my mind started going crazy. I don't know, I just thought I'd give it a chance, and it ended up being something that one, I enjoyed doing, and two, gave me the type of offense that I needed, for my character and for who I am. So